Hey friends, welcome back to Beer and Beauty. It's Kasha here. Today is a really super exciting video because it is going to be the beginning of my Declutter series. I'm so excited because I've been meaning to make this series basically all year long, and I think I'm finally ready to actually do it. So today's video is going to be me decluttering my blushes. So I definitely have to get rid of a ton of them. I'm hoping to declutter half of my blush collection. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, before we get into that, let's discuss today's beer of the day. So today's beer of the day is Cup of Wonder from Hudson, Mass. It's from a brewery called Medusa Brewing Company from Hudson, Massachusetts. So it's a true New England IPA. And I love the beautiful artwork on here. It gives you a little bit of a sneak peek into the opulence you can expect from this beer, from the flavor of this beer. So let's go ahead and crack her open and give her a taste. Cheers. Ooh, I got lipstick and lip gloss all over this can, but that's okay. I don't mind. It is a not overly hoppy, but a true New England IPA. Definitely it has a hazy flavor. I love a good unfiltered IPA. It's delicious, and this is just, it's perfect. I highly recommend it. Everybody check it out. If you're into IPAs, this is a really good one. I love it. One more thing I want to share with you guys before we get into it. I have designed and launched merch, which is already available down on my Square website and also on my Poshmark. All the stuff is linked down below in case you're more interested in shopping on Poshmark or you'd rather go to an actual website and order it. For the first 10 orders of this hand custom painted by me, hand airbrush painted by me, cheers t-shirt, because I always say cheers in my videos. The first 10 are going to be just $10, and that includes shipping. So the first 10 are going to be just $10, and they're available down below if you want to check it out. Also, if you'd like to custom order a airbrush t-shirt painted by me that says anything you want to say or any kind of motifs or colors you'd like me to include, you can order that below. I'm going to leave my email down below if you'd like to place an order for that. But yeah, cheers! And let's get into the declutter. Okay friends, so here we are. Here are my blushes. Let's see if this light goes on any brighter. Yes it does. Sure, I'll go ahead and put it on all the way. But here's all my blushes, all my single blushes. I decided to make this declutter just my single blushes. I'm going to do a face palette declutter as well, and I'm going to include all my face palettes in that declutter. But this one's just basically my singles and my duo blushes. There's only a couple duos in here, so I'm expecting guests in about 20 minutes, and I think I can settle up this declutter in that time, so let's go ahead and get into it. A blush I definitely think I need to declutter is this Milani Romantic Rose blush. I remember trying to swatch it the other day, and nothing, it's got hard pan. And it smells like waxy crayons. Yeah, nothing's coming off of it anymore. So that one has to just go ahead and go into the trash. This blush, this butter blush from Physicians Formula, it's pretty and it smells amazing. I love it. But it's very pale and it doesn't really, I don't know. It's more of a highlighter, honestly. Or it's a blush topper, and I don't know. I'm just kind of not into that. I think it's usually too light for me. I feel it just doesn't look right on me. So I think I'd like to pass this on to a friend who might have a more fair skin tone, because this is still really pretty and still relatively new. So that's gonna be getting decluttered. A blush I definitely don't want to declutter is my Becca Flower Child blush. This is my favorite. But you know what? I think I do want to do a swatch of it just to get it, just to be able to compare it to other blushes, see what it looks like compared to others. So that's definitely going to the keep pile. That's my favorite blush of all. This Milani Luminoso blush is one of my favorites as well. This one's also in my project pan, and I do still wear it quite often. I'm trying to pan it, but I don't know. I feel like the little dome is getting flatter, but it's not anywhere near being panned. But I do, let's go ahead and swatch it just to have it there. Yeah, it's reads really like orangey. On the cheeks, it just looks so pretty. I don't know, but I do love it. So I'm gonna hold on to that one. You know, these Essence blushes are actually really great. I don't know, I really like them. And they're only $3 each. And I do, in my first like giveaway on my channel, I gave these guys away, and they're just like a lovely little peachy kind of situation. This one's a tiny bit darker. They're super close though. I don't know if I need to keep both. This one in the shade Satin Coral, I'll definitely keep. But actually, now that I'm thinking about it, depending on how close this formula is to others, I might pass on Satin Love, but they're pretty close. But you know, Satin Love is a little bit more mauve-y. Satin Coral is obviously a little bit more coral. But Satin Coral, I will keep, and I'll put Satin Love in the maybe pile for now. Blush that I got in a BoxyCharm that I absolutely love is this Note blush in the shade Desert Rose. Actually, it's a super pigmented blush, but it's beautiful. Yeah, it's very orangey, but it's like a very warm kind of orange. I really love that one, so that one I'm gonna keep. This is actually another one of my favorites. I love this Pretty Vulgar blush in the shade Hush Blush. It's a pretty lovely neutral. I rather like this one too. But as you guys can kind of tell, my favorites are kind of like corally, kind of peachy looking blushes. I love them. So far, all of them look pretty different, except the two Essence brushes are pretty close to each other, but yeah. But I'll keep the coral. I think it's really important that I consult these little NARS minis. Let's look at NARS Orgasm first. I think I've had this one the longest. And they're little mini NARS blushes. There's like a ton of, ooh. One feels really strained, like dry when I touch it. Yeah, I think you have to really pilot it on at this point to get it to look how it should look, but it's still really pretty. I don't know. It's so small, so it like doesn't take up a ton of space. I do want to like swatch it next to this Laura Geller blush that I love. This one's called Tropic Hues, and I just want to see what it looks like next to it. Okay, so those are pretty similar, but the NARS one is a little bit more golden, and the Tropic Hues one's a little bit more pink. I'm gonna keep Tropic Hues for sure. And NARS Orgasm is kind of in the maybe pile for now. Let's do a blush that I think I'm probably gonna declutter. This is a Pacifica blush duo that I got Ipsy bag a while back. This is called the Coconut Blush. No, it doesn't really smell like anything, but these are barely touched. I don't want to touch them because I think I'd like to pass it on to a friend, because seeing as I haven't barely touched them, they might be nice to pass on. So that's gonna go into the declutter pile. So now we're getting down to just a few here. Let's go ahead and swatch some more NARS blushes, shall we? This is the shade Deep Throat. I think this is very similar to Orgasm, but it's just like not as golden, not as shiny. Well, that's interesting. It's depending on how it hits the light, it's really similar to Tropic Hues, but more pink, a little darker. And it's pretty different from NARS Orgasm too. And to be honest, I bought it, I think last year during holiday, and I still haven't really used it that much, so I think I'd like to hold on to that one still. NARS Blush Mini in the shade Glue. I think that's how you pronounce that. G-O-U-L-U-E. Glue? Glue? Is that like a city in Sweden? I have no idea. A lot of NARS products are named after places, so that's not unlikely. But, okay, so back to trying to swatch Glue. It's just like a more of a berry toned, and it's pretty different from all my other blushes. And like I said, it's pretty small, but I'm noticing that all three of the NARS blushes have a little bit of a gold something going on in it. So that's pretty interesting. I never considered them that closely that way. I decided to include this Makeup Forever like duo, even though it's got a highlighter in it, into this situation, just because, probably because I can pop these guys out and, you know, declutter them that way if I needed to. But this is a nice pigmented blush from Makeup Forever. It doesn't say what the shade name is. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that one. That's in the maybe pile. Ooh, you guys, I'm not doing so good with this declutter so far. Let's go ahead and get into some blushes that I think I will declutter. Well, first of all, I think last time I tried to use this ColourPop Super Shock Cheek in Trickery, it was pretty much dried out, but I am still getting a little pigmentation off of it. That's the shade Trickery, and it's a shame because it's like the formula seems like it's not acting the way it should, but I've never really reused this blush that much before. I don't know. That one's gonna go in the maybe pile, and I'm probably gonna have to let it go because I thought I would be really good at decluttering like more than half of these, but so far I have not. So this is a really pretty color from the Sephora Colorful Blush collection. Like, this is like Sephora's personal brand. And this is a really pretty color, but I just never ever reach for it. And it's very close to Trickery, actually. Now that I'm putting it next to Trickery, it looks really close. So I think I'd like to keep Trickery for a little while longer. This is hard. I definitely want to get rid of the Sephora blush. So I'm gonna put Trickery in the maybe pile still. Here's another ColourPop Super Shock Cheek. I've had this for a while. As you can see, the ColourPop writing has rubbed off of the packaging, but I haven't used it a ton. This is in the shade Birthday Suit, and it's still nice and creamy feeling. And as you can see, this is like my only creamy blush, and it looks kind of funny when I swatch it on the arm, but I do remember it being really kind of pretty. And that one I think I'd like to hold on to for a little while longer. Okay, this Pixie Petra blush. I got this in an Ipsy bag a long time ago and never really used it, which is a shame because I think I remember liking it. But I don't know. I think I don't pick it up too much because it doesn't, it's pretty close to my skin tone. So it kind of doesn't look like much on my skin tone. So I think that one I will pass on. I don't reach for it, and I think it's because it's too close to my skin tone, so that one I will pass on. Okay, these Tarte blushes. These are all Tarte blush minis. There was a period of time where I was trying to collect as many Tarte minis as I could, because I just heard how great the Tarte blushes were. But I don't know, I just always thought they were fine. I didn't think that they were that spectacular, but let's go ahead and start with this shade called Feisty. I think I'd like to only keep one of these, and that's probably going to be Feisty, honestly. I think I got this one. I think I just got it as a mini in like a set of minis somewhere. That's Feisty. That one's a nice like peachy kind of situation. And I remember in the past when I've swatched these blushes, they were all pretty similar. So I think I'm going to end up keeping Feisty and declutter the others, but let's look a little closer. So this is the shade Party, and I think this was a Sephora birthday gift a while back. And yeah, that one doesn't speak to me very much, so I think that one I will declutter. Party from Tarte, which is tough because I was hoarding that one for so long, but this is why we do declutters, so we stop hoarding things. But right now I am swatching the Tarte shade Quirky, and it's pretty, but it's like, no, it doesn't speak to me. It's all these other blushes that I've swatched speak to me a little bit more, so I think that one I will declutter as well. And this last one is the Tarte shade Peaceful, and that one's got kind of like glitter or something in it. Oh, that is really pretty. I kind of like those sparkles, but the truth is I just don't reach for this blush very often, so I need to be good about decluttering certain things, and I will declutter that one. So I'll hold on to Feisty for a little longer just to have one Tarte blush in my collection. But yeah, now we gotta go reconsult these maybes. Because this feisty blush is not as creamy as it should feel, I think I'm going to declutter that one. Yes. And for the sake of getting more uses out of all the blushes I'm keeping, I think I'm gonna declutter this Satin Love one, especially because it's still kind of new. It's barely been touched. Like you can still see most of the pattern still in there. I think I'm going to pass on Satin Love. I'm gonna keep both of these NARS brushes, and I think this is the NARS one, the Makeup Forever one. It's a little darker, but that would be a pretty winter color. We're going into winter. I'm gonna hold on to this one for a little while longer, but I really, I have to promise myself that I'm gonna use this. But I think I did okay. So these are the blushes I decided to keep. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Ugh. That's too many. I think I need to declutter some. I have to be cutthroat, you guys. I'm gonna declutter this Birthday Suit ColourPop blush. I might use it like one more time. And over the next couple days, I'm gonna be visiting friends a lot. And I hope to, you know, give them goodie bags of stuff to take home. So I am going to declutter that one. And I think I'd like to declutter one more. But what can it be? Let's swatch these two together. Are they close? Because I don't know, I feel like it would be nice to only keep 10. So I want to see how these look together. They're pretty different. This one's lighter, this one's a little bit deeper. I think I'll keep it at the 11 for now. I think that's pretty good because I think I decluttered about 11 too. So these are the blushes that I am decluttering. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, perfect. Okay, that's awesome. So I decluttered half of my blushes and I'm keeping half of my blushes. So I think that's a success. I feel like that was a nice cutthroat declutter. This one I have to throw away because it's got total hard pan. It's completely useless. And the rest here I am going to pass on to friends. Yeah, awesome, cool. So that is it. That is the blush declutter, guys. Let's go ahead and bring these all back together. So I definitely feel like I've made my blush collection of singles like a lot less bulky. They're half gone. That's really awesome. In the next couple weeks when I visit friends, I'll have little gifts to give them. And I feel like that'll be really cute and cool. So awesome. And yeah, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and subscribe if you would like to see more declutter videos. This is the first of my declutter series. I'm going to be doing, one of my most popular videos on this channel was my first eyeshadow palette declutter video. That was almost a year ago, so I'm planning on doing one in December too. If you'd like to see an updated version of it, I decluttered palettes throughout the year, plan on decluttering a whole lot more, and I gained a few this year too, so yeah, that is it. Thanks so much for watching, and cheers!